This is the reading of the short story, Billy the Tree Climber. A simple yet magnificently complex short story of a boy who was destined to climb a tree in order to experience the journey of a lifetime. Billy naturally loved to climb trees. His main motivation was to get a different and better perspective of his neighborhood, his little world. As most little kids enjoy climbing trees, Billy was no exception. However, he seemed to desire it more than most. It was like he was born to climb. Being on the ground was boring, dull, and didn't offer the excitement that was found in the climb. The type of tree didn't matter, although he preferred ones with lots of branches and leaves. Sometimes he'd find one with thin limbs that would offer him a free ride back to the ground, like a natural elevator. Those branches would bend, but would gently lower him to the ground below without breaking, just for him to make his way back up. While up there, above everything else, he would sit and take in so much more than he could ever take in while down below. He always enjoyed a snack while up there, and occasionally he was able to anchor himself safe enough to take a nap, or at least doze off into a wonderful daydream. He had seen some amazing tree houses, but the walls defeated the whole purpose of being up there, blocking the breathtaking views. From up there, he could see for miles, and the tops of other trees would call his name. At, or at least near, the top of one tree, Billy was able to see a huge drive-in movie theater screen. He watched the film with no sound, but the adventures on that canvas were nothing in comparison with the exposition he went on as he journeyed up and about the trunk, sides, and tops of trees. He watched one windy day as a bag got caught in the branches. It held on tight. No matter which way the wind blew, it wasn't about to leave go. He wasn't sure if the bag was holding the tree or if the tree was holding the bag. The more the wind blew, the tighter it clung. He had seen some of his friends fall while just starting to climb. Others fell midway up. Some made it pretty high, only to lose their footing and grip. He never enjoyed watching helplessly as he witnessed them plummeting to the ground. However, it was always a reminder to Billy to hold on tight. He built up strength as he tightened his legs and arms on whatever branch was keeping him in the tree. Most insects were never really an issue. But he did have to watch out for birds. There were a few times when he was dive bombed. He never knew if they were just protecting a nearby nest or truly out for the attack. There was one occasion where he encountered a huge spider. It was the size of an adult hand at least. The spider, birds, and threat of falling didn't taper or discourage his tree climbing. He just avoided those sections of the tree. He knew to keep an eye out. Although it was a free adventure, and a free pastime, there was always the cost of risk and danger. He was willing to pay that price. When Billy wasn't in a tree, he'd find himself looking for a tree to climb. Climbing made him feel alive, and he felt like everyone would enjoy life more if they would just climb a tree. Sometimes he'd meet new friends while climbing. But even when he was all by himself, he never felt alone when he was in the tree, in the leaves, out on the limbs. He loved how the massive trunk supported all the branches. Occasionally, he'd come across a dead branch. It was still in the tree, but it had lost its connection with the trunk and was ready to snap and crumble to the ground. The branches would often have insects and ants in them that helped devour it even more, eventually completely separating it from the main part of the tree, until it was split from the tree altogether and tumbled to the ground, becoming part of the soil from which it first came. Life on the ground was dirty, grimy, and grim. Nothing beat the view and freedom of being up and away from all of that. Before Billy climbed trees, he was just crawling around in the dirt. After all, Billy was a lowly caterpillar.